Danny B. Funman, Mr. Minute, author of Motivating a New World Consciousness, Awakening Who You Were Meant to Be. And the topic today is the true leader leads with respect and encouragement, not with fear or intimidation. They don't tear you down with harshness only to later offer hollow praises. Instead, they constantly uplift, inspire, and genuinely value those they lead, fostering trust and mutual respect every step of the way. There are two things that I think a great leader needs to have: compassion and perspective. I think these things are very often forgotten. I believe they are more focused on their status of their position within the organization. In doing so, they often lose sight of their true responsibilities. Leadership isn't about holding a title or being in charge. It's about taking care of the people in their care. I don't think people fully realize that when we're starting out, our only responsibility is to excel at our jobs. That's all that we're expected to do. Some even pursue advanced education to become experts in their field, whether it's sales or something else. When we join a company, they provide extensive training on how to perform our task, how to use the software, follow procedures, and meet expectations. We're set up to succeed in our role, but when we're promoted to a position where we're now responsible for leading the people who did the job we once did, everything changes. The problem is, no one trains us for the transition. That's why we often end up with managers instead of leaders. That's why managers micromanage. Not because they're bad people, but because they lack the skills to lead effectively. Ironically, many were promoted because they were great at their previous job, not because they were prepared to lead. The real challenge is making the transition from being an individual contributor to becoming a leader. That's a completely different set of skills, and it requires proper guidance and training. Some people make it quickly. Some people make the transition slowly, while others, unfortunately, may never make it at all. The shift from being responsible for a job to being responsible for the people who do the job is a critical transformation. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest gaps in many organizations today is the lack of leadership training. Leadership, like any other skill, can be learned and developed. It's a practice you get better the more you work at it. And if you stop practicing, those skills can be weakened. Leadership is much like being a musician. While everyone has the potential to becoming a musician, and not everyone is meant to take on that role. The same is true about leadership. Not everyone is meant to lead, and not everyone desires, and that's often because leadership demands enormous personal sacrifice. True leadership is not about being in charge, it's about being responsible for those in charge. This means giving away all the credit when things go right and taking all the responsibility when things go wrong. And yes, that can be tough. It's staying late to teach someone how to do something. It's resisting the urge to yell or to take over when mistakes happen, and instead saying, try again. The pressure isn't on the team, it's on you. That's the burden and the beauty of leadership. And the funny thing is that at the end of the day, great leaders are not responsible for the job itself. They are responsible for the people who are responsible for the job. They're not even directly responsible for the results. I often ask CEOs, what's your priority? They usually say, our customers. But the truth is, many haven't interacted with customers in years. CEOs are not responsible for customers. They're responsible for the people who lead the team, who then care for the customers. Leadership is about creating an environment where those people can thrive and succeed, cascading care and responsibility throughout the organization. A great leader inspires, empowers, and nurtures others to reach their highest potential, both as individuals and as part of a collective effort, all while staying anchored to a clear and meaningful vision. True leadership extends far beyond simply managing tasks or issuing directives. Instead, great leaders cultivate an environment where people feel valued, supported, and driven to succeed. At its essence, leadership is not just about meeting objectives. It's about making a profound, lasting impact on the people and culture of the organization. Great leaders create a ripple effect of growth and empowerment, enabling those they lead to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Their legacy is not defined solely on measurable outcomes, but by the transformative and positive influence they leave on others. This is Danny B. Funman, Mr. Minute. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. It's your time. It's your chance. It's your choice. It's on you.